Let me start this video off by saying that I support weed, and I support the legalization of weed. It shouldn't be illegal for three main purposes. One, because decriminalization doesn't do anything and it creates a black market, which encourages people to be killing each other. Two, it encourages the war on drugs that we have, which is a very negative thing. We're spending a lot of money on that, and people are going to jail for no reasons. Their lives are being destroyed over it for no reasons. And third off, there are actually positive benefits. First off, it's good for socialization, just like alcohol is, but there are also medicinal purposes for it. And since people don't like the drug for recreational purposes, they're getting rid of it as a medicinal thing. So marijuana should be legal in my mind. Well, the more I've thought about it, though, because I don't like just accepting things, I always think about everything. And when I've thought about it, I got a troubling thought about what could happen when you legalize marijuana. And the interesting thing about marijuana, it isn't just a drug. It's more so like a cultural thing. It's like a way of life. Like, you know how you have different archetypes of people in society? Like, you have the popular jocks, you have the cheerleaders or pretty people, you have the nerds, you have the goths, you have the gay people, you have the artistic people, you have all these different groups, and pothead is sort of like one of the groups, just like the chilling out, doing nothing, being all nebulous about the universe. And the funny thing is, people have seen me, and they actually, like, the majority of people who don't know anything about me, but they just encounter me, assume that I'm a huge pothead, even though I'm not. I've never smoked pot in my life, not because I have a moral problem with it, for other complicated reasons, but it's sort of like a personality type. It's like, it's a part of who you are in a sense. And I feel like if it was legalized, because of course if it got legalized, it would be taken full advantage of by giant corporations, and they would start to sell it and brand it. And I don't view that as a good thing for the marijuana community. In my thing, it's like something that can supplement your life and help make it better, or at least more enjoyable. But I feel like with the corporations coming around, it's something that could be really pushed down people's throats. What I'm about to say is very looked down upon amongst people who want to legalize marijuana, but marijuana can be very, very, very bad for you. And no, it's not as bad as heroin or crystal meth. It's bad for you in the sense that alcohol is bad for you, in that there's nothing wrong with using it once in a while, but if you use it continuously, in excess, it can really drain your ability to live life. It can cause harm to you, and it can eventually cause your death. You can't really overdose on marijuana, but if you keep using it over and over again, it can lead to negative behavioral patterns that cause harm. Plus, it can damage your brain if you use it too much. It can hurt your ability to function at the same ability you could. Now, just in normal life, I think most people understand that and they use it at a fair rate. But if corporations can get their hands on it and they make a quick buck selling it, they might shove it down everybody's throats. It's like what happened decades ago with cigarettes and how they were being marketed towards children. And you might argue that that's not going to happen because we don't want to market it towards children that way. But that's a government regulation of weed, of marijuana. And what if people say we don't want any regulation at all? We want it to be totally free. I'm afraid that might become a part of the movement, and that might... I'm basically afraid that when it becomes legalized, the corporations are going to take control over it. And that's what the problem when you take anything off the black market, is that government, or not government, the corporations are going to take a hold of it. But if you leave it illegal, then the government is getting in the way, and the police cops are going to be beating you up, and they'll take black people and take the excuse that they smoke pot as a reason to beat the shit out of them until they're dead or barely in consciousness. So it's really weird thing. It's like I want it to be legal. I don't want it to be illegal. But in a way, I also don't want it to be legal because I feel like that would damage the weed culture that's going on. It's like I just want things to stay the way they are, but just cops and the government to get out of it. I just want it to be sort of left in its nebulous existence where people just sort of do it and that's their thing. I know that's a weird thing. It's just like when I think about it, it would be a very difficult transition. And I want it to happen. I just wish that when it happens, it's not something that greedy corporations get their hands in and destroy the culture and cause a lot of negative harm just to make a quick buck off of. Just some random thoughts.